Hello there, hello all. Welcome to Learn with Mr. Tamuli. If you are keen to learn, you have found the right tutor. That's me, Mr. Tamuli. Be assured, you will be able to learn thoroughly with Mr. Tamuli. This tutorial will be presented by Miss Benita. Let me tell you that Miss Benita is a sharp lady. I am sure you will find Benita's presentation very absorbing.
Hello friends, my name is Benita. Actually, I am a virtual assistant of Mr. Tamuli. I shall present this tutorial on behalf of Mr. Tamuli. In this series of tutorials, you have been learning 6th standard mathematics. The current series of tutorials is for the first chapter of your textbook. The name of the chapter is Knowing Our Numbers. This tutorial is the tutorial number 5 for the first chapter. In the tutorial number 4, which was presented by my friend Subhodeep, you learned the Indian names of larger numbers. In this tutorial we shall learn the international names of larger numbers and compare them with the equivalent Indian names. So, without further ado, let's start this tutorial class. In the very beginning I would like to tell you that the system of writing numbers that you have learned starting from preschool until now is known as the decimal number system. The decimal number system can be compared to a language. As we all know, in the alphabet of the English language there are 26 letters, A, B, C, through to Z. Using these 26 letters we write all the words of the English language. Similarly in the decimal number system there are a total of 10 digits, 1 through 9 and 0. Using these 10 digits you can write any number you want. For sharing thoughts and expressions, people living in different regions use different languages. Just now we talked about the English language, which is the official language of the United Kingdom. The official language of India is Hindi. In the alphabet of the Hindi language there are 52 letters, whereas in English there are 26 letters. Even though people living in different regions of the world speak and use different languages, when it comes to numbers, the whole world uses the same 10 digits, 1 through 9 and 0. In other words, the whole world uses the decimal number system for writing numbers. Therefore, in a sense, the decimal number system can be termed as a universal language. While the system of writing numbers, as we know, is the universal decimal number system, the methods of naming the numbers as practiced in India is slightly different from the internationally accepted practice of naming numbers. For example, let's take the number 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. The Indian name of this number, as we learned in the tutorial number 4, is 1 lakh. But the internationally accepted name of this number is 100,000. Virat Kohli might say,
"With my man of the match prize money of rupees 1 lakh, I shall buy a scooty for that college girl who lives in an orphanage."
But Jos Butler would say,
"With my man of the match prize money of rupees 100,000, I shall buy a scooty for that college girl who lives in an orphanage."
Here both Virat Kohli and Jos Butler are referring to the same amount of money. But they are using two different terms for the same number, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. While Butler is using the international term for the number 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, Virat on the other hand is using the Indian term. We have already learned the Indian method of naming numbers in the previous tutorial. We shall now start learning the international method of naming numbers. We shall also compare the international names of large numbers with their equivalent Indian names. When you become conversant with the international names of large numbers, you won't get into trouble in the event of talking to people of foreign countries. If you have watched the tutorial number 4, you would be familiar with this table that we used to learn the Indian names of larger numbers. Let us now bring in a table for learning the international names of larger numbers. Up to the 5th position, both the international table and the Indian table are exactly the same. Which means that names of 5-digit numbers and numbers smaller than 5-digit numbers are exactly the same in the Indian and international methods of naming numbers. The difference in names begins with the 6-digit numbers. In the international method, all 6-digit numbers and numbers larger than 6-digit numbers have names, which are different from their corresponding Indian names. Million and billion are the names that are used for larger numbers in the international method of naming numbers. Million is the name for the 7th position, and billion is the name for the 10th position. As you already know, in India we use the name lakh for the 6th position, and crore for the 8th position. This is exactly the reason why the international names of larger numbers are different from the Indian ones. Now, let's take a moment to carefully examine our table for naming numbers in the international method. As you can see in the international method, the 5th as well as the 6th position does not have a unique name. Therefore in the international method, the 4th, 5th, and the 6th positions are treated as a combined position having the name 1000. To indicate the same, in our table we have used a greenish color for these 3 positions. Similarly, the 8th and the 9th positions too do not have any unique names. Which is why the 7th, 8th, and the 9th positions are treated as a combined position having the name million, in the international method of naming numbers. For you to be able to easily distinguish these 3 combined positions, in our table we have used a bluish-green color for the 7th, 8th, and the 9th positions. For the 10th position, we have used a reddish color. As I have already told you, the 10th position is associated with the name billion in the international method of naming numbers. Now we are ready to take up some random numbers and name them in the international method. First let's take the 6-digit number, 100000. In order to separate the combined positions, we use commas. Therefore, using commas, we shall rewrite our 6-digit number as 100,000. Since the combined positions in the international method are different as compared to the Indian method, accordingly, positioning of commas also becomes different. After separation by use of commas, it can be easily seen that we have the number 100 which is to be named 1000. As the rest of the digits are all zeros, so the international name of this 6-digit number is 100,000. We also know that the Indian name of the 6-digit number 100,000 is 1 lakh. Therefore, we can conclude that 100,000 is equal to 1 lakh. You should try to remember this equivalence in such a manner that you never ever forget the same. The best way to do so is to relate the term 100,000 to the cost of a brand new scooty. If you want to buy a scooty, you will need 100,000 rupees, which is the same as rupees 1 lakh. I would also like to draw your attention especially to the difference in positioning of commas in the international method, as compared to the Indian method. In the Indian method of naming numbers, the crucial positions are the 6th position and the 8th position, having the names lakh and crore respectively. In accordance with this, we separate the combined positions, which in turn points out the positioning of commas. On the other hand, in the international method, the crucial positions are the 7th position and the 10th position, having the names million and billion respectively. So the combined positions in the international method are different in comparison to the Indian method. And therefore, the positioning of commas is also different. In order to get a better idea, we shall look at more examples. As our next example, let's take the 7-digit number 10000000. We shall rewrite the number as 1,000,000. I have already told you that in the international method of naming numbers, the 4th, 5th, and the 6th positions are treated as combined positions. Therefore we have separated these positions by use of commas. Now, as you can see, the number in the 7th position is to be named million. So we can write 1 million. As the rest of the digits in our number are all zeros, we do not have to write anything else. Hence the name of the 7-digit number, 1,000,000 in the international method, is 1 million. On the other hand, the name of the same 7-digit number, 10,000,000 in the Indian method is 10 lakh. So, now we know that 1 million is equal to 10 lakh. You should remember this equivalence in such a manner that you would be able to recollect the same as and when required in the future, without using any pen, pencil, paper, table, etc. I would like to tell you that the cost of a decent sedan car is about 10 lakh rupees. But, if I am speaking to a European friend, I would say, cost of a decent sedan car in India is 1 million rupees. That means, rupees 10 lakh is actually the same amount of money as rupees 1 million. So the best way to remember this equivalence, 1 million is equal to 10 lakh, is to relate the value to a brand new sedan car. Let us now try and name a random 8-digit number in the international method. Let's say, the number is 51,204,068. Using commas we shall rewrite our 8-digit number as 51,204,068. We have now separated the combined positions, as per the international format of naming numbers, by use of commas. So our first number is 51, which is to be named million. And we shall write 51 million. Next we have the number 204, which is to be named thousand. So we write 204,000. Lastly we have the number 68. And we simply write 68. Therefore, the complete name of our 8-digit number, in the international method, is 51,204,068. I hope you are getting a sense of the fact that if you know the combined positions well, be it in the international format, or in the Indian format, naming large numbers like 8-digit numbers and 9-digit numbers is quite simple. So my suggestion to you is that you should learn and remember the combined positions, as we have explained in this tutorial and in the tutorial number 4. Once you have done that, the rest is a cakewalk. As our next example, we shall take the 8-digit number 10,000,000. In the comma format, we shall write 10,000,000. Now we can easily make out that the name of this 8-digit number is 10 million. Let's also try out the Indian name of the same 8-digit number, 1,000,000,000. As we can see, the Indian name of this number is 1 crore. Therefore, we now know that 1 crore is equal to 10 million. Because both the terms, 1 crore and 10 million, refer to the same 8-digit number, 1,000,000,000. I can tell you that for all your life you will keep requiring this equivalence, 1 crore is equal to 10 million, every now and then. So, Whenever required, you should be able to recollect this equivalence instantly. I would also like to tell you that to build a luxurious fully furnished duplex bungalow, the amount of money that will be required is about 1 crore rupees. If you are talking to an American person, you should use the international equivalent term of 1 crore. So you can tell him that in India, the cost of building a luxurious duplex bungalow is 10 million rupees. What I am actually trying to tell you is that you can easily remember the equivalence, 1 crore is equal to 10 million, by relating the value to the cost of a duplex bungalow. Let's now try out the international name of a random 9-digit number. The number is 507,029,448. The first step in naming a large number is to separate the combined positions by putting in the commas. Therefore we shall rewrite the 9-digit number as 507,029,448. Now we can easily make out that the name of this number is 507,029,448. With more and more practice with random numbers, you will surely be able to name large numbers even without the use of commas. But it is always better to use commas in order to avoid possible mistakes. Next we shall name a 10-digit number in the Indian format. The number is 100,00,00,000. As you have learned in the tutorial number 4, in the Indian format of naming numbers, the 4th and the 5th positions are treated as combined positions having the name thousand. Similarly, the 6th and the 7th positions are also treated as combined positions having the name lakh. Thereafter, the 8th, 9th and the 10th positions are to be treated, for the purpose of naming numbers, as combined positions having the name crore. We shall now rewrite our 10-digit number in order to separate the combined positions by use of commas. So we shall write 100, 00, 00, 000. You can now easily make out that the name of this 10-digit number, in the Indian method, is 100 crore. Let us now figure out the international name of the number 100 crore. First we shall write it down in our international format table. The next step is to demarcate the combined positions, as per international format, by using commas. So we write 1, 000, 000, 000. You can now easily make out that the international name of the number 100 crore is 1 billion. This brings us to the 4th important equivalence that you should memorize. And the equivalence is 1 billion is equal to 100 crore. One easy way to memorize this equivalence would be to turn your thoughts to a multi-specialty hospital like the one you can see in this image. This image is that of Apollo Hospital, New Delhi. The cost of setting up a multi-specialty hospital like the Apollo Delhi would be about 100 crore rupees. Alternatively, you can also say that the cost of setting up a hospital like the Apollo Delhi is about 1 billion rupees. As you just saw, both the terms 1 billion and 100 crore actually refer to the same 10-digit number, or the same value. We shall look at one last example of naming numbers in the international format. After that we shall briefly summarize the important aspects of the methods of naming large numbers that we have learned in this tutorial and in the tutorial number 4. So, as the last example for this tutorial, let's take the 10-digit number 6019508,720. Using comma separation, we shall rewrite the number as 6,019,508,720. After separating the digits with commas, you can easily figure out the name of the number, which is 6,019,508,720. I think we have covered enough examples for you to get familiar with the method of naming numbers in the international format. Now, let's quickly look at a brief summary of the most important aspects of numeration that we have learned in this tutorial. We shall summarize, by way of dissecting a 12-digit number. The first important digit in this number is the 1 in the 4th position, which, as we know, has got the name thousand. So we need to put a comma just before the 4th position. The next important digit is the 1 in the 7th position having the name million. Let's put a comma just before the 7th position as well. The last important digit is the 1 in the 10th position, which is called billion. We shall put the last comma just preceding the 10th position. While using the international format of naming numbers, you should remember the sequence 1, 10, 100, 1000, million, and billion. You should also very keenly observe the fact that the first comma appears after the first 3 digits. The next comma appears after the next 3 digits. And after the next set of 3 digits, the last comma appears. So the sequencing of commas is actually after every 3 digits as you move from the first digit towards the left. With this, our dissection of the 12-digit number is complete. We are now left with the easiest part of naming the number. If you can remember the sequences as I have explained just now, naming large numbers, or any number for that matter, is actually not at all difficult. We shall now summarize the Indian method of numeration, by way of dissecting a 10-digit number. Similar to the international method, the first important digit, in the Indian method too, is the 1 in the 4th position, which, as we all know, has got the name thousand. So we need to put a comma just before the 4th position. But unlike the international method, the next important digit, in the Indian method, is the 1 in the 6th position having the name lakh. Let's put a comma just before the 6th position as well. The last important digit, in the Indian method, is the 1 in the 8th position, which has got the name crow. We shall put the last comma just preceding the 8th position. While using the Indian format of naming numbers, you should remember the sequence 1, 10, 100, 1000, lakh, and crore. You should also keenly observe the fact that the first comma appears after the first 3 digits. The next comma appears after the next 2 digits. And after the next set of 2 digits, the last comma appears. So the sequencing of commas, in the Indian format, is different as compared to the international format. While in the international format, the comma appears after every 3 digits. On the other hand, in the Indian format the digit-wise sequencing of commas is 3, 2, 2. As the number of digits increases, you shall have to keep repeating this sequence 3, 2, 2. I feel that for naming very large numbers, the international format makes more sense as against the Indian format. In any case, you should remember both the Indian sequence as well as the international sequence. I would suggest that you should solve a lot of practice examples, which will aid memorization of the sequences that I have explained here. If you have followed our tutorials properly, I am sure you will be able to solve example problems related to larger numbers with ease. In our next tutorial, that is in the tutorial number 6, we shall solve some example problems for you. Before concluding this tutorial, let's recollect the 4 important equivalences that we have learned in this tutorial. The first one is, the international equivalent of 1 lakh is 100,000. Secondly, the international equivalent of 1 crore is 10 million. Again, the Indian equivalent of 1 million is 10 lakh. And the last one is, the Indian equivalent of 1 billion is 100 crore. That's it for now. We shall be back with the next tutorial very soon.